Are you ready to descend into the terrifying world of Greek mythology? From Typhon, the dreaded father of all monsters, to Medusa with her petrifying gaze and serpent hair, join us as we unveil 10 legendary beasts that struck fear into the heart of Olympus itself. Greek mythology isn't only a tale of valor and glory, it's a realm teeming with strange and fearsome creatures. Each monster presents not just a deadly challenge, but a living nightmare for heroes, and a timeless lesson in courage, cleverness, and the triumph of will over terror. Number 1, Typhon. Typhon, a monstrous figure in Greek mythology, was said to be the most terrifying creature ever to exist. Towering in size, he had a humanoid form writhing with hundreds of serpent tails, and fire blazed from his eyes. His mere presence struck terror into the hearts of gods and mortals alike. Typhon, the monstrous force of chaos, dared to challenge Zeus in a bid to claim dominion over gods and mankind. Their clash shook the cosmos, until Zeus hurled his thunderbolts and buried Typhon beneath Mount Etna. Though imprisoned, he still spews fire in a ceaseless thirst for revenge. Known as the father of all monsters, Typhon is said to unleash earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, eternal echoes of his rage against Olympus. Number 2, Hydra. Hydra, or the Lernaean Hydra, a serpent-like monster with multiple heads, dwelled in the dark waters of Lake Lerna, believed to be a gateway to the underworld. Each time a head was severed, 2 more would grow in its place, rendering the beast nearly immortal and terrifying beyond measure. The encounter between Hercules and the Hydra marked the second of his 12 labors, a trial set by King Eurystheus to challenge not just his strength, but his resolve and ingenuity. The Hydra's ability to regrow 2 heads for every one lost became a timeless symbol of evil's persistence and the struggle to overcome it. Infused with deadly venom, the beast embodied both terror and endurance. Today, the Hydra stands as a powerful mythological metaphor of resilience, rebirth, and the eternal battle against one's inner demons. Number 3, Charybdis. Charybdis is portrayed as a monstrous sea entity lurking amid jagged rocks, conjuring colossal whirlpools that drag entire ships into her gaping, ladder-like maw. With a deafening roar, she spews out the shattered wreckage, leaving only broken timbers and despair upon the waves. In Greek mythology, Charybdis was the daughter of Poseidon, god of the sea, and Gaia, the earth. When Poseidon waged war against his brother Zeus, Charybdis aided her father by flooding Zeus's lands and islands. Outraged by her defiance, Zeus chained her to the ocean floor and cursed her into a grotesque, bladder-like sea monster with limbs like oars. 3 times a day, she would gorge herself on seawater to sate an endless thirst, then unleash it in monstrous whirlpools that devoured all in their path. Number 4, Chimera. The Chimera, a terrifying fusion of lion, goat, and serpent, was no mere beast. It bore the body and head of a lion, a goat's head jutting from its back, and a snake's head as its tail, a living embodiment of chaos. Breathing fire, it ravaged the land until Bellerophon, astride the winged horse Pegasus, brought it down. Despite its lion's mane, Chimera was considered female, her visible ears defying traditional depictions of male lions. Even today, her name evokes calamity, symbolizing storms, destruction, and especially volcanic eruptions. Number 5, Ceberus. In Greek mythology, Ceberus, the formidable 3-headed hound of Hades, guarded the gates of the underworld at Taenarum. Each head is said to symbolize the past, present, and future, while his serpent-like tail added to his terrifying presence. Cerberus prevented souls from escaping by crossing the river Styx. Yet at times, even this monstrous guardian was outwitted, tricked by divine intervention or tempted with fresh meat, allowing mortals to enter or leave the underworld. Despite his fearsome duty, Cerberus harbored a strange longing for a human head, hinting at a touch of humanity. His greatest challenge came when Hercules, under orders to bring Cerberus to the mortal realm, wrestled and subdued the beast bare-handed, a feat only a demigod could accomplish with ease. Number 6, Minotaur. The Minotaur, with the head of a bull and the body of a man, stands as one of the most captivating figures in Greek mythology. This hybrid creature embodies the primal fusion of man and beast, symbolizing the deep, often uncontrollable fears within the human psyche and the timeless struggle between instinct and reason. The tale begins with Persephone, queen of Crete, who gave birth to the Minotaur, a creature that embodied the haunting duality of man and beast. This unnatural union was the result of a divine curse from Poseidon, angered by King Minos's arrogance when he refused to sacrifice a sacred bull sent from the sea, choosing instead to keep the magnificent creature for himself. Enraged by Minos's defiance, Poseidon cursed Queen Persephone with an unnatural desire for the sacred bull, giving rise to the Minotaur, a monstrous embodiment of divine punishment. This myth serves as a stark reminder of the cost of broken oaths and the peril of challenging the gods. Though ancient texts rarely describe his powers in detail, the Minotaur's legendary strength and savage endurance made him a near unstoppable force within the labyrinth. As a fusion of man and beast, he represents the raw, untamed chaos that lies at the edge of human nature. Number 7. Cyclops. The Cyclops, a legendary one-eyed giant, is one of the most iconic monsters in Greek mythology. With a hulking, ape-like form covered in coarse hair, these fearsome beings were master blacksmiths who forged powerful weapons for the gods. It was the Cyclopes who aided Zeus in toppling Cronus, king of the Titans, by arming him with the thunderbolts that would shape Olympus's reign. The Cyclops, a legendary one-eyed giant, is one of the most iconic monsters in Greek mythology. With a hulking, ape-like form covered in coarse hair, these fearsome beings were master blacksmiths who forged powerful weapons for the gods. It was the Cyclopes who aided Zeus in toppling Cronus, king of the Titans, by arming him with the thunderbolts that would shape Olympus's reign. Number 8. Siren. Legend tells that the Sirens, creatures with the upper bodies of women and the lower forms of birds, possessed voices so hauntingly beautiful that none could resist their song. In a contest of music arranged by the goddess Hera, the Sirens challenged the 9 Muses, daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne, goddess of memory. But the Muses triumphed, and as a mark of their victory, they plucked the Sirens' feathers to weave into divine robes, trophies of both art and power. Stripped of their feathers, the Sirens lost their wings and slowly transformed, graceful tails replacing bird-like limbs, becoming the sea-bound beings of legend. Sailors who spurn a Siren's love are said to suffer grave misfortunes, and wounding one brings doom upon an entire crew. Yet despite their power and mystery, Sirens are often seen as gentle spirits, haunting the seas not with malice, but with longing. Number 9. Griffin. The Griffin, or Griffin, is a legendary creature with the head and wings of an eagle and the body of a lion, a majestic fusion of the kings of sky and land. This noble beast has long symbolized divine power, courage, and vigilance. Revered across ancient cultures, the Griffin was believed to guard sacred treasures and serve as a fierce protector of the divine. Griffins are said to embody the lion's strength and the eagle's speed and keen vision, making them unmatched guardians in myth. With immense power, they were believed capable of carrying full-grown horses or armored knights. Yet despite their might, legends speak of hidden vulnerabilities, magical forces to which griffins are especially sensitive. These weaknesses add depth to their myth, reminding us that even the most majestic creatures are not invincible. Number 10. Medusa. In Greek mythology, Medusa is remembered as a fearsome demon, but her tale begins with tragic beauty. Once a stunning maiden with flowing, irresistible hair, Medusa grew vain, daring to claim she was more beautiful than the goddess Athena. Her beauty caught the eye of Poseidon, who pursued her relentlessly. Seeking refuge, Medusa fled to Athena's temple, believing the goddess would offer her protection. But what awaited her was not salvation, but a cruel twist of fate that would change her forever. But even as Medusa cried out for mercy, Athena did not intervene, and Poseidon's violation sealed her fate. In divine wrath, or perhaps cold judgment, Athena transformed Medusa into a monstrous figure. Her once glorious hair became writhing serpents, her gaze cursed to turn all who met her eyes to stone. Her hands hardened into bronze, her nails as sharp as blades. From that moment, Medusa was no longer a maiden, but a demon feared by all, doomed to eternal isolation. Greek mythology is a realm of awe and terror, populated by fearsome creatures, from Typhon, the father of all monsters, to Medusa, the fatal beauty whose gaze turns men to stone. These monsters were more than mere threats, they embodied the deepest human fears, moral lessons, and the trials of will. In conquering the Hydra, navigating past Charybdis, or taming Ceberus, heroes like Heracles, Perseus, and Odysseus showed that true victory lies not in brute strength alone, but in courage, cleverness, and unwavering resolve. So, what resonates most with you from these monsters? Share your thoughts below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to